Well, it means a lot. And those guys, I mean, when they're on, we're usually going to score a lot of runs. We get the first run with 2 outs and nobody on, and then those guys were a big part of the next, 2 runs, obviously. And, Gardy had the one that tied it up and the one that ended the game, which was great.
You talked about it a little bit before the game, but prior to getting to Gardner, Jacoby reaches on the catcher's interference. How big was that play right there?
Well, I mean, that gave us an opportunity. I mean, you got 2 strikes, and that gave us an opportunity to set it up for Gardy. I'm sure Casale's pretty frustrated by it, but, the same situation yesterday. I think it was a breaking ball, 2-strike breaking ball. I've seen Jacoby do it before, as I said. So he waits a long time with 2 strikes and protects, and that's, it's unfortunate, for a catcher to get whacked in the hand, but it happens.
Against the wall there to the right.
Joe, before the game, you talked about the importance of getting length out of your starters. How important was Tanaka's outing today, 7 innings, 2 runs?
I thought he did a really good job. If we didn't tie it up, I was going to send him back out for the 8th. So he was going back out. So I thought he did a really good job today, and it's what we need from him.
Dan?
Did you get an update on Aaron Hicks?
Yeah, he has what's called traumatic bursitis, I believe, some inflammation in his shoulder. He received a shot today. He won't do anything for 4 or 5 days, so obviously I'm sure there'll be a discussion when I get back, what do we do, possibly? Do we just go 4 or 5 days short, or do we, do something?
Who else? Joel?
Joe, it's obviously a long season, and we asked about it before the game, but do you see anything that would encourage you that you're going to start hitting left-hand pitching at some point here?
We're grinding out runs. I think we will. I think, you're starting to see some good signs from Tex against left-handers. He hit some balls hard today. He hit some balls hard yesterday. We know that he's really important to us. Heads hit some bullets off of lefties the last few days and hasn't had a lot to show for it. So I do see guys putting better at bats against left-handers, which leads me to believe that we'll start scoring more runs. We're getting a lot of practice in the next 4 days. We're going to see 3 more. So hopefully, we start doing it.
Anyone else? Anthony?
What did you make of Snell, Joe?
Good stuff. The young man's got good stuff. He's got, good velocity. I think he's got a really good downhill angle. He's got good breaking ball. It froze some of our left-handers, his curveball. I thought his changeup was good. He's quick to home plate. For a tall, big kid, he's pretty quick to home plate. So, I thought he threw the ball pretty well.
Right here, second row.
Speaking of Snell, the last Rays pitcher to make their debut in the Bronx was David Price. So I was wondering if you remembered that game or if there was any comparison there to be made between the 2 guys.
I don't really remember the game. What year would that have been?
2008.
2008. Yeah, I guess I would have been here. I don't necessarily remember exactly the line or anything. Obviously, another very talented young player at that time who's went on to do some really great things. So, they get kind of thrown into the fire, into the division and into Yankee Stadium, but it didn't seem to bother David Price, and this kid handled it pretty well.